It doesn't leave for another hour and a half, so I should have plenty of time. Still wish you were coming with me, though.
Oh, I know, but I have to take care of some things in New York with my lawyer, and then I'll fly over there.
Great. I have some business in Tulsa I can take care of, too. I'll meet you then.
Wonderful.
Darn it, Judy. Listen to reason. Everything I told you is the absolute truth. I swear.
George, I'd rather not hear any more of your pathetic little denials.
Judy's right. It's getting pretty monotonous.
Why don't you just butt out?
Don't talk to him like that. You're only half the gentleman that Bert is.
Oh, some gentleman. Him and his submerged 7/8.
Hey!
Look, Judy, I'll tell you again. Everything I told you is the absolute truth. I swear. I really believed I was dying. I showed you this letter.
Oh, yes, the letter. When did you dash that off, George? Right after you concocted that ridiculous lie about you dying?
No, Judy.
George, to have an affair is bad enough. But for you to think you could cover up with that story, when I think how you almost made a fool of me, I was actually taking you to the Mayo Clinic.
You were a real brick, Judy.
Look, I'll tell my wife if she's been a brick.
How could your mind even conceive anything so low? Tell your wife you're dying.
But, Judy, I didn't conceive it. I really believed it.
Ha!
Look, Judy, I'll tell you again. Dr. Morrissey came over here. He gave me some pills to take. I went into the kitchen to get some water to take them. When I came out, I overheard him making a phone call, talking about a patient of his who was dying. I thought it was me.
Yes, go on.
That's it. That's all there is to tell.
Gee.
Do you expect me to believe that? That you overheard conversations that wasn't even about you and assumed you were dying?
No, I guess I don't.
No, I guess you don't. But what puzzles me is, what did you expect to gain? Bert, you're a man. What did he expect to gain? Didn't he know he'd be found out eventually? When he tells his wife he's dying and he doesn't die? Didn't he think I'd get suspicious?
Well, you have to understand what we're dealing with here. It's pretty slick article.
Well, that's obvious, but how did he think he'd get away with it?
Easily. See, he'd come to you with some ridiculous story about the discovery of a new drug, or perhaps a mistake in the x-rays. It turns out he's not going to die. And you believe him. You're overcome with this wonderful news. And in the meantime, he's covered up this sordid little affair.
Of course. How simple.
But one thing went wrong. You see, the doctor was out fishing, so wasn't able to get a hold of him to back up the old story about the old picnic.
Yes, and by accident, I saw the doctor first.
Exactly.
Well.
Inconceivable.
Oh, Bert, there's your cab.
Judy, I still wish you were coming with me.
Oh, so do I.
Soon we'll have lots of time together, though.
I'm looking forward to it.
So long, Judy.
Thanks for everything, Bert.
So long, Tibble. It's always good to see my little class again. Gee.
I'm going to finish packing.
Judy, wait, please. She's really leaving me. Without her, I'll be absolutely helpless. I've depended on her for 10 years. Without her, I'll sink lower and lower. Who knows? I may be reduced to begging in the streets. Oh, Georgie boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down. Thank you, madam. The summer's gone and all the
Oh, Bert, look at this poor soul. Let's give him some money.
Certainly, sweetheart. Here you go, Grandpa.
Thank you, sir.
Bert, look, it's George.
Oh, here you go. I have no need of your charity. As it so happens, I'm doing quite well on my own.
Well, how can you be doing well? You're begging in front of Carnegie Hall.
Yes, but it's marvelous tax-wise. For every dollar I take in, the government lets the first 27.5 cents go right into my pocket. Now, how about a song on the house? My body lies
this is too
over
dreadful.
the
Come,
ocean.
you're upset.
My body lies over the George.
George, you got a minute?
Yes, I suppose I did.
What's the matter, George? Not feeling well?
No, not too well.
Here, let me lift you in your wheelchair.
Oh, no.
Oh, what was it? Yeah, I know. By now you must hate the sight of that thing.
Yes, I do.
Well, George, you look a little down, and so I think I have got something here that just might cheer you up.
Yes? What is it?
I finished your eulogy, George. You want me to read it? I'm real proud of it. They needed a good sport in heaven, so they sent for George Kimball. Yes, George Palmerton Kimball.
I said forget it, Arnold.
What?
You can forget the eulogy.
What do you mean, George?
I just found out I'm not dying.
That's it, George. That's the old fight, buddy.
No, you don't understand. I just got off the phone with Dr. Morrissey. There is not a single thing wrong with me.
You mean you're not dying?
No.
George! George, that's wonderful. You can make the golf tournament tomorrow.
No, it isn't. I'd be better off dead.
George, how can you say that? This is great. What was it? They discovered a drug. Wait, mistaken the x-rays.
No, the whole thing was a misunderstanding. It was all my fault.
Oh, your fault. Oh, wait a minute, George. You told me you were dying.
Yes, Arnold. I told you I was dying, and I'm sorry.
You're sorry? You're sorry, George? I spent 3 days drinking on account of you. I'm just now sobered up. I got a headache. And on top of that, I spent 2 nights writing this eulogy which you just so conveniently tore up, and then you told me you're not dying.
I said I'm sorry.
I feel like a fool. A fool, George. Crying and drinking and writing and slaughtering poor lawn ornaments.
I said I'm sorry, Arnold.
I mean, oh, it's a heck of a thing to put a fellow through. Me, George, Arnold Nash, your next door neighbor, your best friend for 8 years. Oh, what about Judy? Does she know you're not dying?
Oh, yes, she does.
How'd she take it?
Rather poorly.
No, George, I don't blame you. I mean, look at this. You have committed the ultimate in hypochondria. Oh, she must be furious.
Oh, yes. But that's not all she's furious about.
Oh, and with George Kimball, there always has to be more.
Oh, yes. She thinks that I'm having an affair and that I've concocted this whole situation just to cover it up.
Well, gee, they get some weird ideas sometimes, don't they, Kimball?
Weird ideas or not, she's leaving me.
And she's leaving you. I really don't. Leaving you? Judy's leaving you? You're serious? Well, haven't you tried to talk her out of it or anything?
Yeah, but she won't listen.
Holy cow.
Arnold, you're a lawyer. You've seen these things. Once a man's wife thinks he's having an affair, how can he convince her he isn't?
George, no possible way.
But I'm not having one.
That makes no difference, George.
But isn't a man innocent until he's proven guilty?
George, you can forget about the Constitution. You're dealing with your wife.
So, you mean there's nothing I can do?
She's really serious about this thing.
Yes.
George Kimball, you're not going to like this, but there is only one way you can get all through this.
What is it?
You're going to have to confess. Ask her to forgive you.
Forgive me for what?
Having an affair, George.
But I'm not having one.
George, it's your only chance. Confess. Throw yourself at the mercy of the court.
Arnold, I don't know. I can't do it. I can't confess to something I'm not guilty of. It's un-American.
George, sit down. Look, you know you're not having an affair, but your wife is sure you did. So just confess. Why put up a big fuss?
I don't know, Arnold.
Look, it's not going to seem like a honeymoon after, you're around here for a while, but in time you'll find out that she won't be throwing you up to as often. And she's your wife. And to finally add a little side note, she's used to you, George. But most importantly, she's a woman. Now, George, what woman doesn't love to see her husband crawling? Now, I think subconsciously, after all this is over, she'll get a big boot up.
You really think so?
Well, I'm pretty sure, George. I mean, a wife spends half of her married life trying to get something on her husband. And here you are, George, you're laying it on a silver platter right on her lap. She'll eat it up.
All right, Arnold. All right. I'll take your advice. I'll confess, I'll beg for forgiveness, and that'll be that.
They all think it's that easy, but it's not, George.
Look, I'm confessing. What more does she want?
You're going to have to know plenty. You're going to have to know who the girl is, what she looks like, do you love her, where'd you take her, did any of Judy's friends ever see you together? There's more.
They ask all those questions.
Yes, And also how the other woman was in bed.
Well, how was she?
Not too good, George. No matter how good it happened to be, it was not too good.
Oh, well, I'd like to answer all those questions.
I'm sorry, George, but you have to. You know what would happen if you started to hem and haw and not sure yourself?
What?
Judy's going to think that instead of one affair, you've had dozens. You just can't keep them all straight. No, when she starts asking those questions, George, you got to snap out his answers.
Oh, my God.
Look, George, I don't even put any more stress on it. But I'm just telling you some of the pitfalls that will occur when you copy plea.
But I'm not copying a plea. And I'm not confessing. I'm an innocent man, by God. And if she doesn't believe me, she can walk right out that door.
I figured as much, George. But look, I'm a professional lawyer, and in my opinion, you haven't got much of a case.
Maybe not. But at least I'll have the satisfaction of knowing that I told the truth.
Truth? Truth, George. Now there's a lie. Truth is fine, but it's never going to take the place of common sense. Good luck, George.
Confess. Here I am, 10 years a faithful husband. Probably the only one in Westchester. Now, what good does it do me? When I think of all the stuff I turned down at all those conventions, and everything was on the house. Like that gorgeous redhead Ed Heller sent up last year. I'm coming. Hello?
Mr. Kimball,
Yes?
I'm Miss Manson. And how has Consolidated Silicone sent me up to the interview for a while?
Oh, do you work for Mr. Heller?
Well, not full-time, but I'm on call.
Oh, on call.
Yes, and how much is your customer fee? You want me to make sure you're not lonely, you know what I mean?
Oh, yes, I know what you mean.
You also said to make sure you're not lonely and if you're Benton Street. You must buy an awful lot of silicone.
Oh, yes, I do. I'm with Connolly Electronics Corporation. We manufacture a little microchip only this big. But without it, a whole city like Pittsburgh will be blacked out.
I have an aunt in Pittsburgh.
Well, tell her not to worry.
All right.
Would you care for a drink?
I don't drink.
Oh, how about a cigarette?
Thanks, but I don't smoke either.
Don't meet many girls like you these days. I'm not keeping from anything, am I?
Oh no, take your time. A lot of them are like you. They like to talk first.
Well, that's good, because frankly, I'd be just as happy to sit here and chat.
Mr. Kimball, if I don't appeal to you, I could have him send up one of these other girls.
Oh, no, you do appeal to me. It's just that I'll be home in a week, so there's really no need.
Gee, you're really a faithful husband. I don't think I've ever met one before.
Yeah. Now, I don't want to be mean.
I don't know if you do. I mean, I don't Mr. Howard think this was my fault.
Oh, I hate you to get in any kind of trouble. Could I sign for something?
No, I think this would be all right. Just as long as you don't tell the boys that nothing happened. It'd be bad for my reputation.
Oh, don't worry. I won't tell. It'll be bad for my reputation, too. Believe me, the girls I got from Ed Heller alone, I could have had a harem. But does Judy know that? Oh, no. They never give me credit for the times you turned it down. But let them think you slipped up just once. Well, if that's the system, I'll always figure she owes me one. Judy, I've got something I want to say to you. If you don't believe what I have to tell you, then you can walk right out that door.
Just a minute, I have to call a taxi.
The taxi? No, Judy. You don't have to call the taxi.
Why not?
Because I've decided to confess.
Confess?
Yes. I've been lying to you, but now I've decided to tell you the truth.
I see.
I've been an absolute beast. But now, I think that you and I should talk about this, discuss it, clean in the air like civilized people. Don't you agree?
All right. Do you want to tell me all about it?
No. I think it'd be better if you ask the questions, and I just snap out those answers.
Who is she?
Her name is Dolores.
Dolores?
Yes. Dolores Daniels.
Where did you meet her?
I met her in Grand Central Station. fewest of all. She was having blue points and asked me to pass the horseradish.
I always wondered how this romance started.
That's how they start.
Is she young?
Yes.
Is she very, very young?
Well, she's not jailbait.
What is she, a prostitute?
Certainly not. She's a guide at the United Nations.
Did any of my friends ever see you two together?
No. And by the way, she's lousy in bed.
Well, who asked you that?
Oh, nobody. I just figured I'd throw it in, you know, sort of a bonus.
When are you seeing her again?
Never.
Never?
Never. Dolores and I are finished. We've broken up.
After all you've told me, did you expect me to believe that?
But it's the truth.
George, don't you know I can always tell when you're lying?
But look, Judy, Dolores and I are finished. We're through. I've turned against her. I hate her. I loathe her.
I don't believe you've broken up with her. Not for a minute.
But Judy, it's true. Dolores left town. I sent her myself.
What do you mean, you sent her?
Well, she didn't want to go because she didn't have a lot of money. But I insisted. Yes, I did. I gave her a check and put her on a plane to California myself.
How much did you give her?
I don't know, but it was quite a lot. Wait a minute. I do know, and I can prove it. I gave her $4,000. Here's a check for $4,000 made out to cash, and that's the end of Dolores.
Wait, you gave her a check for $4,000, and you were nagging me about the price of Virginia ham?
Well, darling, I figured it was worth it to save our marriage.
I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. Why, after 10 years of what I thought was a happy marriage that had love and understanding and companionship, and yes, what I thought to be sexual compatibility, why did you do it, George?
Oh, I don't know, darling. I guess I just lost my head. But I've confessed. So if you'll forget it and forgive me, then that'll be that.
Oh, sorry, George, that's not going to work. Not now.
What do you mean, not now?
Well, I had my bags packed. I was all set to leave. Then I started thinking, am I really doing the right thing? George swears he has no other woman. I've known him to lie to me before. Maybe I should give him the benefit of the doubt. I was calling the taxi to tell him not to come. And now, George, now that you've confessed, it's all over. I forgive you, but I can't live with you. There's just no love left. I feel nothing for you but pity.
Yes, I certainly am to be pitied. Judy, I don't suppose it would make any difference if I denied the whole thing all over again.
What?
If I told you that there'd never been another woman, that I made up the whole confession hoping you'd forgive me.
George, no. That would only show your contempt for my intelligence. Anything else you'd like to add?
Well, Judy, I'd just like to add that I certainly seem to have screwed myself up.
George, there's just one favor I have to ask of you.
Yes?
Would you please close my bags?
Certainly. Close the bags. It's the first rational thing anyone said to me all day.